What's going on, man? It's Nate from Trenton Talks, and today we doing an interview with a young man. I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce himself.
How y'all doing? My name is Javade. I'm from the town, from Hamilton. Come around.
Yeah, so I've been knowing Javade for a while, so you know it's been a while since I seen you. So what you been up to, man?
I've just been working. Been working at my job, my trade job, taking care of my kid. He's like 2 years old now. He'll be 3 next July.
He 2 years old, 3 about to be next July. How old are you?
I'm 21. Word. Just turned 21.
Yeah,
September.
you just said your birthday just came up.
Yeah.
Word, man. So what's life been like, man? Last time I saw you, you was probably still in high school with my sister back then.
Word. Yeah, that's a while.
It's been like three, 4 years.
A lot changed since then. A lot changed since then, man.
So fill me in, man. What's life like now? What does life have you feeling like now? Because back then times was easy, everything was easy flowing. We was in high school, you know, chilling.
Yeah, high school was easy. It was cake. High school then wasn't preparing me for the real world at all, and I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready at the time, but I had to get ready for life. You get what I'm saying? Right after high school, and that's what everybody got to do. They got to get ready for life right after high school. Whether you're in college, whether you're working a job, whatever it is, you got to get ready for real life after high school, and that's what I did. I just manned up and took care of my kid.
So real life brought you a kid. That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
that's cool.
A kid, yeah, brought me a blessing.
Right.
Everything is a blessing.
Right. So, one of the things I want to talk about, you know, is your mental state at this point. Like where, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, a lot of people, we got to get straight into life right after high school. Everything gets real serious.
Yeah.
You got to jump right into everything. So, you don't always get a chance to sit back and think. You know what I'm saying? Like really just assess the situation, figure out how you feel.
What's going on?
Right. So. At this point in life, looking back, you got a nice little 21 years in.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you stand mentally right now? Like what's your mental?
I feel like I'm in a good mental space right now. I feel like I'm better than I was some time ago. Because I was going through depression, I want to say.
I don't mean to cut you off. How long ago was this?
This was like not too long ago, probably like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? So that's not long at all. So when you say you think you was going through depression.
No, I know.
All right.
I know I was going through depression because up until this point, I've been through so many different situations in my 21 years of living. When I got to this point, I knew I was depressed. I knew I was having a mental breakdown. I knew I was going through something because I couldn't think it through. Like all my thoughts was like clashing together like a highway, like you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't really focus. I couldn't really focus on my thoughts and what I wanted to think. And I just was down real bad. So like I made a video on Instagram that wasn't helpful. It wasn't helpful for my situation at all, but like I didn't know what to think, so I just made an action and I didn't think of the repercussions.
If you don't mind getting into it, what was some of the content in the video?
I actually didn't watch the video after I posted it.
So more of a rant and post.
More of a rant and post, and I just cleared myself from the world. Like I didn't talk to anybody. But the thing about it is the post made everybody who did love me show they love me. It scared them. The post scared them. So I had a whole bunch of calls, whole bunch of texts and all that, but I just didn't want to talk to anybody because I couldn't explain to them what was going on with me. I couldn't just tell them that I was depressed. I couldn't tell them I was having a mental breakdown because I felt like they wouldn't understand.
So, I guess my question to you would be, is it the stigma that makes you feel like you couldn't just tell them? Like, what about it is because I've been there before, you know what I'm saying? And I have my own reasons for not speaking on it. So, I would just want to get into your mindset.
I think it's my explanation it would go so deep that they wouldn't even be able to comprehend what it is. Like I couldn't even explain the type of shit that I go through.
Like unless you've been there, you couldn't.
Unless you've been there, and then when I talk to people and they give me advice, it's like, all right, you giving me advice from your own experience. You don't know what I've been through. Like you would never be able to tell me what I've been through. Even though I know you coming from a good place. I know it's coming from a good place, but you just not understanding me. Like, and that's what it is, man. So I ended up while I was out there, I ended up going to like a couple places, like by some water, like by like some open areas and stuff like that, just to get my peace and serenity back into my brain. And I just after I made the video, I thought about everything that was okay. But nah, after I made the video, I thought about how selfish I was being to the people that love me. You know what I'm saying? chill. Okay, chill. All right, Daddy talking.
What's up, man? We back. So right now we still touching on the toy going. Right now we still touching on the whole, the experience of not just what you went through the last 2 weeks, but just the topic of going through depression in general. And one thing I want to ask you is, right now you said a while ago that you're in a better space than you was in that wave. Depression comes in waves. So what I want to ask you is, like, when you said you went on the rant, you said things about, like, people not really knowing or being able to be there for you and stuff. Do you feel like, because it's sad to say, depression is it's always a part of you, you just gotta fight it, but the next time it comes, do you have a different approach, you feel like, after feeling the love from everybody when you went?
Definitely. I feel like you gotta talk it out. You can't bottle. Like, no matter who it is, just speak to somebody about something, because bottling it up, keeping your feelings in, is only gonna make it for a worse outcome in the end. Because you're gonna keep going through it, like you said. So if you keep going through it and you keep bottling it up, it's gonna come to a point where it pop, and then that pop may be something to the extreme. You get what I'm saying? So I advise people to just talk to somebody. It don't matter who it is. Just talk to somebody and get your feelings off, because that's the best way to get it out.
I'm glad you touched on that, because I was really going to ask you that anyway. So us as, like, I want you to touch a little deeper, because us as, like, young black men, or just black men in general, like, it feels like the stigma is almost like we're not allowed to really have feelings. You don't get the time to really talk to somebody, or nobody really care what you're really going through. So as somebody that's now coming forward and you've realized that, there's a benefit to it, what would you say to the person that's going through it, that's feeling how you felt? What would be your word of advice? Like, yeah, I know you say talk to somebody, but what would you tell that person?
That's hard, man, because, like, I was so clouded when I was going through my situation, and everybody that I was talking to was just making it worse. You know what I'm saying? So I would say keep a level head, and then appreciate the things that you do have around you, and look for the things that you do have to appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Don't I'm trying to find the words for it. But all right, so like in my example, when I was out there and I was going through my situation, I thought about him first of all. I can't be selfish to him, so I need to be there and be in a good mental place for him. I got nieces and nephews; they look up to me. Gotta be in a good mental place for them. I got a sister I gotta be there for. Gotta be there for them. So it's different things that I was trying to put myself in a good place.
Right.
You gotta be there for yourself before anybody could be there for you. So you gotta know how to deal with it yourself before you could go to anybody else for help. Right. So my advice is find the best. You just gotta find your way of dealing with it. I can't tell you how to deal with it. You gotta find your way of dealing with it. That's the best thing.
I feel like it has to be an outlet. Like, everybody needs an outlet. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like the gym, or like you said, you went to just sit near the water. Like, I feel like having that outlet space to just, sometimes you do need that space to just
clear your head, get some rain back. Yeah, definitely.
So, am I supposed to, like, All right, man. So we back. My boy Javade and man over here giving a stale face. Kyrie giving us the stale face right now.
So what's up?
There you go. so when we was just talking before, you know, we talked about finding your way to get through depression and everything. Mm-hmm. And one of the things you said is that you thought about my young boy Kyrie right here. Mm-hmm. So I want you to touch on, you know, not just the fact that you thought about it, but what has this done for you? You know, you got a 2-year-old, about to be 3 sitting on your lap. Like, how has life been? So talk about Kyrie.
It's been crazy. It's been exciting, man. It's been a blessing for real. Like,
Kyrie got something to say?
You got something to say? You want to tell him about life with me? You want to tell him about life with Daddy? Tell him. That's it? You just regular. That's crazy.
Nah, so man, so talk about it, because him being 2 to 3, you telling me you're 21. So let's talk about the kid, man. How's life for that?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Like I said, it's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing. When I first was about to have him, I was scared. I was nervous. I had a whole bunch of emotions. But at the end of the day, I knew I had to be there for him, because I at a young age I lost a parent. So I know how much kids need their parents. You get what I'm saying? Whether it's mom, dad, regardless of the situation, they need both of their parents. And that's the thing about that. Us as a black culture, we don't really have all the time. We don't really have the double parent household growing up until whenever they go to college or keep going on. Everybody don't get that blessing. You get what I'm saying? But he's amazing, man. I love him to death. Like, I love him to death. That's my guy. It's my right hand. Like, it's just amazing watching him grow. Like, since he came out the womb till now, seeing him do different things like crawl and walk and do this. Like, what is he doing? Like, this is his personality. Man.
Right. So, like, it's crazy because, you know, you're talking about him growing, but as kids grow, you know, the parents grow with them. So, how do you feel you've grown along? Like, how's he helped you grow?
I feel like I've grown with him. Like, when you have a kid, you're never prepared for a kid. Right. Whether you 35, whether you 17, it don't matter. You're never prepared for a kid. So you just learn as you go. That's all it is. Just learn him, just be there for him, and you'll learn. It'll all play out for itself. Just listen to the people that you can, take advice where you can get it from, and just be a good parent. That's all I care about.
What's up, man? We back. Sitting with Javade. We got here. So, oh, you Kai, my bad. We doing nicknames now. He my boy now. So, we you know, we just got finished talking about. So after we talked about that, we touched on depression, and then, you know, you being a father, a young father, you know, and that helping you grow. So where do you see Javade from here? Like, where does life take you from here? Like, now that you, because I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but just now that you know, I feel like you have a better grasp on how to handle yourself with your depression. Yeah. And like you said, you've been doing everything for family and making sure you do the right thing. So where do you see yourself from here?
I see myself going up only from here, only for him. Like, I have to build a foundation for him. Like, I can't just be regular doing the same old thing, because that's our kids need foundation. We need to hand something down to our kids. I had them early, so I gotta speed my process up a little bit faster.
What could you speak about to the mindset though, like, of, because some people, you know what I'm saying, they have kids early and they don't rise to like the responsibilities of the moment. They kind of shy away from it, and you don't see the maturity in them. You know, so what can you say? What can you speak on about that? Like, having to
the maturity is within themselves. It's like they either gonna find it themselves or not. You can't tell them how to find it, because it should just be a genuine thing to do for your kid. You already know. You already made the responsibility to make a kid, so you gotta be more get more responsible and more mature to take care of him, because you have to teach him about life.
Right.
Like, you gotta groom him for life in the hard world that we live in. You gotta groom him, or you gotta groom her, him or her. It doesn't matter. So I just feel like I gotta build a foundation. Stop. Come on now. I feel like I gotta build the foundation for him. His little crazy self. So yeah.
Well, you definitely doing a good job, man, and I definitely, you definitely got good insight. I'm happy that you're in a better place, because, like I said, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, when they get down and out, it's hard, and they don't really ever go talk to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good that you got to the point of realizing there is people there for you.
Yeah, see, I'm and I don't just personally talk to family. I'm actually starting to talk to a therapist weekly. But that relieves me. It's not like a side opinion, or it's not like personal opinion. They just listening to what I gotta say and how I feel.
Now, see, I want to touch on that. We was gonna leave depression alone, but you hopped back in. So I also go to therapy. So one thing I want to ask you is, like, do you feel like there's a stigma around, people going to therapy in general? It doesn't even have to be people of color. It doesn't even have to be males. Just do you feel like there's a stigma around going to therapy?
Yeah,
because for me personally, I didn't really tell too many people when I first started.
Yeah, people think that, like, going to a therapist, it won't help them, and they never even tried to go do it. So I would advise them to try it and see if it works for them. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. But try it. But it helps for me. It makes me feel better, because they're just listening to what I have to say. They're not giving me an opinion on how they feel. So, yeah. And it's not, you don't have to hide it. It's not nothing to hide. Right. Everybody go through something, and they gonna keep going through stuff. And it's just their way of dealing with it and their way of getting through it. So you can't be mad at them or knocking they hustle, because that's the way they want to do it.
I think that's the one thing people got to realize, is everybody's going through something. Like, there's not a lot of people whose lives is perfect.
Yeah. Ain't nobody perfect. None of them.
Facts.
Not even the richest.
Right.
Nobody perfect. So just gotta accept our flaws and keep moving. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're coming out the jacket now. Coming out the jacket.
Oh. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, Kai. Show him some love. Show Kai some love.
Say cheese.
He about to roll his eyes in a second.
You not gonna say cheese?
I'm telling you, he got some Leo placements.
That's what I said. Like, he act just like my daughter. He act just like a Leo. Like, he does like a Leo. Just take it off.
All right, man. So everything you said today was great. We appreciate the insight for sure, man. It's good to get into another mind, another like mind. Speak to the people, give people, the real thing, and then something else, positive, something to look forward to.
Personal experience,
exactly,
too, so people will understand. Yeah, thank y'all for letting me express myself on the platform. Been waiting to do it for a minute, but I guess everything happened for a reason.
Right, timing is everything.
Are you serious? But why?
My boy Kai turned up for the end of the interview. You know what I'm saying? But there's Javade, there's Kai. You know what I'm saying?
Say hi.
He not saying hi. It's
Attitude.
whatever. But you know what I'm saying? We out. That's Trenton Talks.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
It's just nice to know that it's not my daughter.
Yo, bro, everybody see you and think you so nice on Instagram. Now everybody gonna think that you mean. Yeah. They know what I be going through.
Oh. It's the toy for me. He not letting up. They gonna break it.